gets killed by icicles.
The power of business.
Regular Scott is impervious to being impaled by sharp objects.
That's a Kevlar Gucci suit. Maybe it's this thing where, like, even though they went back in time, he's still affected by things that happened in other timelines, you know, like multiverse theory.
So all the training he did as
Yeah,
Santa.
he maintained the memories, so he still understands how to fall on spikes and only suffer cold damage.
His thick skin regimen definitely helped him out in real life.
His Santa no Jutsu is still activated, even though he is no longer Santa Claus.
Jack Frost, why did you do it? Why did you kill all the elves? To test my power.
Oh
It's
no.
Laura.
We're about to
Is
get
it? I can't tell any of these
scolded.
people apart.
Owl voice. What are you doing here?
Where are Neil and Lucy? Where is Carol?
I don't know any of these people.
Scott, leave me alone.
Laura, please. I need to know.
Neil took Lucy to the North Pole.
Frost!
No, Neil.
Don't worry, Laura. I'm going to make everything good. Again, I swear!
No, Neil. Laura! No. Neil.
Frost.
No. Neil.
What if we like show up at the North Pole and yeah, it's like a capitalist freaking amusement park and terrible, but like all the elves now own a share of the company they work in.
Yeah, like what if it's good?
Yeah. And they're all like happy and provided for and have healthcare. And Tim Allen's like, I need to undo this.
Yeah, he's like, I need to be the sole ruler. Like,
Why should you guys all get shares in my company? Stop punishing success.
I worked hard to become Santa Claus. I need to get to the airport. I need to get to the North Pole. Great script there.
I need to get to the airport. I need to get to the North Pole. I need a shower, but that's less priority.
Less pressing at the moment. So, did we get the snow globe? Can we go back in time?
Go back farther.
The conveyance in this is really bad.
Yeah, like they go back farther and Scott kills Santa as a kid.
Oh no!
He's like, oh, hello there, little boy. Don't tell your parents I'm in here. Oh, stab.
And then Santa like looks at him and like slow motion looks at his hand, which is now covered in blood, and he starts to collapse back. And you hear, what you say? What you only meant that it's all for the best because it
On
is.
Christmas Eve.
We could do this, guys. We need to make a cover. All right, it'll be
God.
us three plus Ryan if he's watching this.
Oh, Ryan, come on! Get with the program!
Ryan's just gonna be watching it like, I don't understand. I watched
Guys,
every
guys, stop.
Why?
I'm just gonna jump.
This is so boring. You think
It's
Santa
so boring.
being turned into a mortal would be way more exciting than this?
It's just the same thing. I wanted to do a level where I have to do taxes.
That'd actually be really funny watching Tim Allen trying to itemize things like a sleigh and magic. He's like, 2,000 pounds of candy cane.
See, my perpetual snowball pocket that I had surgically added to me. When Tim Allen became Santa Claus, he physically changed a lot. Like, magically and forcefully. Like, he gained weight, he grew a weird, like, he grew a beard, like his hair turned white. Mm-hmm. Do you think that Santa is biologically different from a normal human in any other ways?
Oh God.
Oh man, that's a good point.
Impervious to cold.
That's as
long as he drinks
he
cocoa.
Oh,
He also has to he has to have like a crazy like metabolism to be able to like ingest all these sweets and nothing else.
Infertile.
Oh
him
my
and Mrs.
God.
Claus never have kids. For all we know, they don't even have genitalia because it requires him to have a quote-unquote wife. It doesn't say anything about him having to consummate the marriage.
Oh my God.
Or create an heir to the empire.
We've reached the point we're talking about Santa's genitals.
We are talking about Santa Tim Allen's genitals.
Good.
B?
Go away.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
We
I
lost
think
her. We gone
we
too far.
broke the video.
I got a phone call. And I said hello, and it was like, this is Lisa calling about your credit card account. And I was like, go away!
So this is what Christmas has become. He's looking out a plane window. What can he see?
Tim Allen. So this is what Christmas.
So, I mean, he's impervious to the cold. That much we've established.
Yeah, and he has this weird metabolism. What else did we?
I can't have kids. He's infertile.
Oh, yeah, he's infertile. Why do you say that?
Because the requirement to make a new Santa is for the old Santa to die, either because they're murdered or they just drop from exhaustion.
Yeah, it can only be passed down by death.
Yeah, not by procreation. It's like the opposite of humans that can only pass it on through life.
Which, it makes sense that Scott would be okay with living a life like that because, like, if I remember correctly, he did not give a hoot about his kid in the original movie at first. So, like,
yep, not at first. He didn't.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Which is a little torturous that, like, he doesn't care at first, but he starts to care when he becomes Santa when he can't have kids anymore.
Yep.
But I guess at that point, he's already had a kid, so he's not too upset about it.
Well, here's the question. Is it because Tim Allen starts to care? Or is it Santa overriding his personality?
Oh my God. So is the form of Santa like a prison husk?
Yep.
That, like, overrides your normal judgment.
There's, like, a set of genetic memories and personality traits that you start to, like... So while there's a part of you screaming inside the real you, like you're slowly becoming something else.
Wait.
Sort of like watching...
So it's like Santa Claus is the avatar of the real world.
He's really excited about turning back into Santa. Is Santa controlling Tim Allen in the past now? And Tim Allen is just like, I want to be... Let me stay.
It's like a spirit realm thing, right? Because, like, if we're going under the impression that this guy is, like, the avatar of the real world, just, like, for holidays and stuff, like, there's a whole, like, spirit realm aspect to it.
Yeah,
and like,
is.
that kind of thing can transcend physical limits. So, like, and not only physical limits, but, like, time and space. Like,
yeah, so
like
changes in time wouldn't affect him.
Yeah, that kind of magic and spirituality is powerful. So, like, of course... Santa from the future, like Santa Tim Allen is overriding past Scott's brainwaves. Like of course that's happening.
Does past Scott even exist in time and space, or has he been completely erased from all
That's
existence?
a good... I feel like he does. I feel like it's like a timeline thing. Like, I feel like there are Scotts in other universes that never became Santa and thus aren't susceptible to that sort of mindset. And this is one of those, except now... Through the power of the snow globe, Santa Tim Allen's spirit has transcended universes and is now on this plane affecting this Scott.
Wait, or is he affecting all Scots now? Because if you can transcend the universes, does this mean all Scots now are affected, tainted, you might say, infected by this spirit?
Oh no, all Scots suddenly spontaneously care about their kid.
Yep.
How horrible.
Awful.
If Santa is the avatar and works through reincarnation, that's a really weird form of reincarnation, where it's not like rebirth, it's just murder.
Yeah. But it's like less reincarnation, almost like he's this primordial parasite.
Oh my God.
That needs to move, it can move into a host body, it doesn't care.
Okay, so, but if that's the case, how does it transfer through the coat?
The coat is part of it.
Oh.
So the suit is alive?
Yeah.
We're getting into
the
some
suit
Spider-Man.
is alive. It like seeps into you, connects to your body. Why do you think the beard kept growing back? It's like that's part of the being that keeps growing back. But also, if he tried to change his clothes, the Santa clothes just keep coming on underneath what he's wearing.
Oh my God.
Yeah. It just keeps growing back on him. His body grows the suit like it grows the beard.
So it's like a Spider-Man symbiote situation, but like even more terrifying and like inescapable.
So wait, that means does he just have to avoid like bell towers? Because he goes there and he's like, no.
That's not his weakness. His weakness is clearly...
It's not the same symbiote. It's not going to be affected by like noise or anything like that.
Because it loves bells. It loves Christmas bells.
That's true.
What's odd about this game is that they're claiming that its weakness is cold, but why would he live in the North Pole? Why wouldn't he live in like Rio instead?
That's such a weird contradiction. Like cold is what hurts you and thus hurts the symbiote in this game, So why would you live in the cold? The symbiote is not the one that's resistant to not the one that's harmed by the cold.
It's the host.
It's the host. And the symbiote being a suit works as like insulation to keep heat in. It generates heat. But
so is heat its weakness? Is that why it lives in the North Pole?
No. Well, here's what I was gonna say. When the suit is impaled by things like icicles, it creates tears, and until they can be healed again, the host is then affected by the cold because there's tears in the insulation.
That's why they don't bleed out. They just get cold.
Yeah.
Neil, Lucy.
Odd place to run into you, Scott Calvin.
What's up, Mr. Calvin? Dad, can we please go?
None of this is right.
Why is this kid trying to get emotional?
We're all like a bad 4Kids dub, and then Dalton's over here like Academy Award winning performance.
Dalton Brobeck as
Brobeck.
Scott Calvin.
Dalton Brobeck as Troy Baker as Scott Calvin.
Dalton Brobeck as Scott Calvin as Santa Claus as murderer.
Scott is the host of Santa, and it's like a Spider-Man situation. Those elves insta-kill you.
No, that's
a security guard.
Well, I thought it was like a security elf.
No, that was a full-grown man.
That was just a guy.
So this means Jack Frost is like the Eddie Brock of this situation.
Yeah.
And that his Santa is actually Venom.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
What? Why is the Santa Claus so conducive to so many threats like this?
Because it wasn't a well-thought-out lore. It's so dark for movies that were trying to be so heartwarming.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of a problem when the crucial piece of your premise is this dude murdered Santa Claus.
Yeah.
I mean, that was always weird, even in the original, because it brought up questions of, like, if someone really loves Christmas and wants to be Santa Claus, do they, like, start stalking Santa, like, setting traps to murder him?
Oh my god.
Like, do you put bear traps on your chimney?
Yeah. Yeah, like if a human guy who was like really into Santa were like to find out about that system, they would have to go to some crazy measures to make sure that Santa isn't being like headhunted.
Yep.
Yep.
And dude, some crazy billionaire who just wants it to happen could like put a hit out on Santa.
Yeah.
But
Christmas
then I guess
would
you
be
get
over.
I guess you get into the situation of like if you're a hitman and someone comes to you like, "Hey, I want you to kill Santa Claus." And you're like, "Oh, like a mall Santa?" Like, no, the real Santa. You're not gonna take him up on that.
Well, dude, if he's offering you billions of dollars, you don't care. You're like, yeah, I'll kill Santa. Who gives a crap?
Then you
like,
kill. Oh, go ahead.
But the thing is, like, he's offering you $1 billion to kill somebody. Like, and if it's a case where like the payment only comes after the job is done, like, if you don't believe in Santa, then you're thinking, I'm not gonna be able to kill this guy. Like, the closest I can get is to kill a mall Santa, and he doesn't want that. So I'm not gonna get paid anyway, you know?
Yeah, but, you know, your curiosity might get to you, and since this Santa canonically does exist in this universe, it wouldn't be hard to investigate. Like,
That's
wait a minute,
true.
does
That is
Santa
true.
exist? I mean, Tim Allen just ran into him on the roof.
That's true.
It was not hard. He didn't go out of his way to meet
That is
Santa.
really true. He just found him. Like, he was just awake a little late one night.
Yeah, if you could just run into him while hanging Christmas decorations, I think it'd be really easy to, like, have proof.
Okay, how big of a chance do you think there is that Disney would be interested at this point with all that they have with Marvel and Star Wars and all that? Do you think that they would be interested enough to pursue a Santa Claus 4?
Yes,
Yes.
because at the end, at the very end of the movie, after the credits,
Okay.
you all know this is coming. Samuel L. Jackson shows
Comes
up and is
in.
like, Scott Calvin.
I'm starting the Avengers initiative.
I want you to join the Avengers
Yeah.
as Santa Claus.
No, not the Avengers, the holiday icon equivalent of the Avengers, right? Cause like in the Santa Claus 3, they introduce like Sandman, the Easter Bunny, like Mother Nature, I think is also there. Like all these like holiday or like just world icons, like mythological icons that they introduce. They would like they have. And you know, since like Disney's all in with like the cinematic universe stuff, what with like Star Wars kind of becoming its own cinematic universe, and like with Marvel being like the head cinematic universe guys, like they have the tools to make that kind of thing happen.
I think they would do it. And
Easter Bunny movie 2020.
the reason
Then
is
Civil
just,
War.
Why not when they have the money for it?
What would happen in the Easter Bunny movie that would cause the Christmas icon Civil War?
Oh, that's an easy
to
one. I
come
can answer
right
this
after?
one. I can answer this one. What
Okay.
happens is the bad guy takes the form of like a Christian preacher, right? And he starts saying like, what's more important, the birth of Christ or Christ's sacrifice? Therefore, what's it more important, Christmas or Easter? And of
my
course, Tim Allen
God.
Santa Claus is like, Christmas, obviously. And the Easter Bunny's like, hold up a second. Like, I know you're more popular. That doesn't mean you're more important. And that's where it becomes like Civil War.
Yeah, like the
love it.
Easter Bunny's like, the sacrifice is the thing that saved us all. Like, it's obviously it's like the biggest turning point in all of civilization. Like, it's the thing that makes our continued life possible. And then Tim Allen Santa Claus is over here like, yeah, well, he couldn't have sacrificed himself if he was never born.
Exactly.
And then the Easter Bunny is like, yeah, but like, if he was born, he could have always chosen to not sacrifice himself. Like, he could have always changed his mind. Like, it's like this forever clashing idea.
And so they start fighting, right? And so
Yeah.
like all of the icons like choose their side. Should we all be equal holidays like the Easter Bunny says? Or are some holidays like they just should be better like Christmas says, right?
Yeah.
But at the very end, you know how like Tony Stark brings in Spider-Man?
Yeah.
What happens is that Santa Claus brings in Jesus himself. But it's like a new Jesus, so he's like a kid, and he's like your friendly neighborhood Jesus. He's some kid named Jesus from shop class, and he's just like, I'm not really good at miracles yet. You know?
No. Here's the best part. He's not actually Jesus. He's just a kid named Jesus who Scott thought was Jesus because
In shop
he's
class.
a stupid guy. And he's just like, guys, this is so stupid. Like, this is so dumb. What are you doing? He's like, walk on water, buddy. And he's like, stop.
See, he tells him to turn water into wine. Luckily, the guy's hobby is magic. So he just kind of like, he's the guy from that Katy Perry music video, Firework, where he gets robbed and he does magic to scare away the thieves. That's the kid that Scott Calvin picked.
He fools all of these supernatural icons with regular magic misdirection.
With sleight of hand.
He's like, da 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 da, and now it's in this hand.
Oh my God, Ryan, that's your reference for this episode.
That's the character you're gonna play when we make this movie, Ryan. You better study the character.
Just a meme kid named Jesus who Scott thinks is the real Jesus. Oh my God.
No,
I think
they're
I'm
like
done.
one hit.
I think, guys, we've been going for an hour and almost an hour and a half now. I think I'm done with this game.
Boys and girls, who's ready to quit?
Boys and girls, who's ready to act only in the binary? Woo woo! Oh my God.
Okay, yeah, no, I think
That's fine. This game is dull.
Okay, I think we need to have one final goal like we did with the last one. What's
Okay,
the
what's-
final goal for this one?
Get over the spike pit.
Okay, gotta get over this spike
Let's
pit.
do it.
We just die. We're like, well,
Yeah!
we did it. All right, that's it. Good night, children. Tune in for Civil War coming 2020.
2020.